The blood garden. Moonlight dripped. Shadows stirred. The garden sprawled across the hillside like a labyrinth of silver and crimson, every flower shimmering as though dusted with starlight. Their petals glimmered under the harvest moon, soft and delicate, yet brimming with a hunger older than the mountains themselves. Crimson droplets gathered at the base of the blooms, glittering like spilled jewels, each one alive with a pulse all its own. The air carried a perfume that was sweet, intoxicating, metallic. It clung to the skin, entered the lungs, whispered promises no one could resist. Jareth moved between the rows of flowers like a ghost. His hands brushed against petals that quivered in anticipation, and he listened to the subtle rhythm of the garden, a heartbeat in every stem, a sigh in every leaf. Years of solitude had taught him their needs, their temperaments. The garden's thirst was constant, patient, relentless. He had learned to live with it, to feed it in silence, to feed himself on restraint. A faint sound broke the quiet, a whimper, soft and urgent. Jareth froze, ears straining. From the shadowed path at the edge of the garden emerged a small figure, drenched in mud and rain, eyes wide with terror. Moonlight struck her hair, turning it silver, and revealed a smear of blood on her torn sleeve. His chest constricted. The garden's hunger flared, petals trembling, sensing her life force. The instinct to let the child feed it, to satisfy the bloom's craving, pressed against his own conscience. Yet, in that moment, Jareth felt something he had long thought dead, the flicker of humanity. The child stumbled forward. "Please, help me," she whispered, voice trembling like dry leaves in wind. The flowers leaned toward her as if drawn by her pulse, their thirst radiating through the air. Jareth's heart pounded, torn. The garden demanded tribute, yet the child was not a willing offering. She was fragile, innocent, alive. "Kiss the earth," he murmured, running a hand along the nearest blooms, calming them. "Not tonight." The girl's sobs softened as he led her down a narrow, hidden path, lanterns of moonlight guiding their steps. Rain fell in a steady drizzle, soaking their clothes, mingling with the metallic scent of the flowers. Behind them, the garden seemed to watch, silent but aware, petals curling like hungry tongues in protest. As they moved deeper into the forest, Jareth's mind swirled with memories. He remembered the first time he had tended this garden, the first taste of its secret nourishment, the first moment he realized that life and death were only suggestions here. And he remembered why he had isolated himself, to keep the hunger contained, to prevent it from consuming anyone else. The child glanced at him, eyes wide, trust shining through the fear. Will they come after me?" she asked, voice trembling. "They will not," Jareth replied, though he could feel the garden pulsing behind them, craving the life it had never known. "As long as I walk with you, they cannot touch you." Hours passed. The forest thickened. The moon wove silver threads through the canopy, and the scent of pine and wet earth replaced the metallic temps of the garden. Finally, they reached the edge of a quiet clearing. The child collapsed into his arms, shivering, and Jareth wrapped his coat around her. For the first time in years, he allowed himself to breathe. The garden waited, patient, eternal, its silver petals glimmering in the distance like eyes. Somewhere, in the shadows, a single drop of crimson fell from a leaf, marking the cost of his choice. I don't know your name," he said softly, looking down at her. "Lena," she whispered. Then, "Lena," he said, voice steadying. "You must run when I tell you. Never look back." The girl nodded, trusting, innocent, and for a fleeting moment, Jareth felt the weight of redemption pressed gently on his shoulders. As she ran toward the distant village, moonlight guiding her steps, he returned to the garden. The flowers swayed as if sighing, their hunger patient but unquenched. He knelt, touching the petals one last time, feeling the rhythm of the blood they demanded, the pulse that had become his own companion. Rain-slicked cobblestones reflected moonlight like liquid silver. Mist curled around the petals, wrapping the garden in a cocoon of eternity. Jareth stood, shoulders heavy with the knowledge that he would remain its guardian forever, caught between salvation and sustenance. And yet, somewhere deep in the folds of shadow, he smiled. Tonight, he had chosen humanity, even if only for a fleeting heartbeat. Moonlight dripped, shadows stirred. The garden waited, eternal, patient, hungry, and Jareth walked its paths again, bound to it forever, knowing that the feast would return.